All right, everybody, welcome back. Joe and Avi in the car, taking you on another broker tour. Look at these coral trees.
Oh, my.
Yeah, so this is what it's all about, everybody. If you just landed on this, we're going to take you on a drive through Santa Barbara. Today, we're going to head up into Montecito and look at 3 homes for sale and drive you through the community when we do that. And we just jumped off the freeway here, and we're making our way up to Eucalyptus Hill, which is just above the Santa Barbara's east side neighborhood. So this channel is all about educating you about Santa Barbara and the properties that are for sale here. And part of educating you is telling you about these different neighborhoods we have here. The east side is one of our starter neighborhoods. This is where you could get into the least expensive, probably single family homes and condos, maybe starting a condo at, what do you think?
Sometimes under $1 million. You know, we sold a nice single family house here early in the year for, what was that, right under one, or around 1.3, or what was it, under 1.3?
Yeah, so you could probably get into houses about a million, maybe less, maybe just under if it's a real dog and small, maybe like a 2-1.
Yeah.
But more likely you're going to spend like $1.1 million, $1.2 million. And a condo, you might find something in the 8s, something like that.
There's those cool townhouses off Salinas. I think that was like around a 1.1 or 1.2.
Yeah, this is comparable to the west side, which is another kind of starter neighborhood. A little bit of the difference is this one's a little closer to the beach, a little closer to Montecito. It's really Montecito adjacent. Like you go through the east side to get to Montecito, right down Salinas there. It goes across Old Coast Highway. But we're going to get our way. Another way into Montecito is through this Eucalyptus Hill area. So this is kind of a sneaky little back door. We're at the base of Cleveland Elementary School, my alma mater. Remember walking up this ramp all the time going to school. And this is going to get us into that back area. And we call this Montecito because it's got the 93108 zip code, and you'll be able to put Montecito in your mailing address, but it's actually not in the school attendance area for Montecito. And I'm pretty sure that this house we're going to look at, this first one on Eucalyptus, is going to fall in the Cleveland Elementary School District.
That's right.
So, but yeah, this is going to have some nice views, and Avi's got some information on it. So we're a little ways out. So what are we going to see? So
we are going to check out 1981 Eucalyptus Hill Road. It's new to market. They're priced right under $3 million at $2,995. Elevated above the coastline in Montecito, this 3-bedroom, 2-bath residence showcases panoramic views stretching from the ocean and harbor to the sparkling city lights and wooded valleys beyond. Bathed in natural light, this home offers an inviting floor plan designed to capture the stunning surroundings at every turn. 3-bed, 2-bath, 1975. No sales history, so maybe original owners. I checked online, maybe it was traded off market, but to my understanding, it might have just been the same people that live there. The lot square feet is 15,000, so big lot. Usually a lot of that is hillside, but we'll see on this one.
The house is 50, huh? 1975?
Yeah, 1975. Days on market's 13. It's tri-level construction, so it's going to be some stairs. Some steps,
yeah. That's probably to take advantage of that sloped lot to get that square footage in there. You got to kind of stack it on each other.
Yeah. And I think just this is a cool day for it because obviously we're known for bright sunny days, and those are great when you have max vista and you can see the islands, but it's kind of like a little mystical. The greens are really popping with the clouds right now. You'll still probably be able to see some ocean, but it's not our kind of typical Santa Barbara day. We got some really cool clouds going, so I'm excited to not have to wear my sunglasses all day and squint, and also see what the views look like on a little bit of a darker day.
Yeah, these days are perfect for filming too. You'll notice on the really sunny days, it's real beautiful out. We have the blue sky, but the reflection off the dash in the window makes for a little less clear visibility on the dash cam view of these videos where we like to show you what it's like to drive through the community. So today, it's nice and crisp with these clouds.
And if you're new on the channel, make sure to subscribe. Joe is on the way to 10,000 subscribers.
Let's go.
And it is so fun as we kind of build this community. I was having coffee today with my dad, who's actually visiting in town, and I had a gal come up from, she said she lives in Washington, but she has family here. She's like, every time I miss Santa Barbara, I just tune into your guys' videos and watch along. So whether or not you actually want to move here someday or just want to just explore the houses and explore the community, we love interacting with you guys. We try to respond to all the comments. There's a lot of them, but we try to get to all you guys, and we just appreciate all the engagement and the subscribes and the likes that helps us reach new great people. So if this is your first time, make sure to interact with us and like and subscribe.
Definitely. And maybe grab yourself something to eat and drink, because we are just pulling up to the first house. I'm going to park on the street because that driveway looks a little sketchy.
Steep driveway.
I'll show you it. I'm going to pull off here and park, and then I'll get the camera out and we'll go tour this first house.
Off-roading.
Yes, go Tesla. All right. Here's our street view. The road we came up, I could see Santa Barbara in the distance. Downtown, the rooftops. Here's that driveway. It almost looks like it's shared, like it splits off. Steep. Might need four-wheel drive to get up here. Made it to the top. Need to take a break and catch my breath, but it's too monotone to make out that horizon line, but there is a horizon line out there with some islands and ocean. Pretty cool. All right, so definitely can't be afraid of steps or steep driveways if you want to live with a view here on Eucalyptus Hill, at least for this house. You are going to get a killer view though. Ooh-wee. Looks way better in person, everyone. Let me zoom in. Better than the alternative.
Yeah.
All right, look at this room. Tons of natural light. Beautiful vault in the ceiling, gives you lots of volume, wood burning fireplace, but you're immediately just drawn to come over to these windows. Massive panoramic views. Looks much better in person. And then just a few steps up to kitchen, dining, in kitchen kind of dining area here. Kind of got the golden wooden floors down below. Those look nice. A little original but clean, well maintained it looks like. Some recessed lighting up above. Some nice patios. I'm not gonna go up those steps yet because I got a room in front of me to explore for y'all. More of the vault, more of the windows, more of the natural light. This is cool. The windows go down to the floor, so it's almost like you're outside, you know? Both sides go down to the floor. You can kind of hear the 50-year-old house kind of when you walk around, you know, you could hear the boards moving under the carpet. Okay, we've got some storage closets. So they're not full flights. It's tri-level, but they're kind of split levels. One bedroom there, skylight in the stairs. Bathroom, got some travertine. Pretty basic. This bedroom's bigger with some built-ins. Looks like there's a few patio spaces to explore as well.
Thank you.
All right, just on the edge of the canyon. This is a nice little dining deck perched over the driveway. like how the view opens up again over here on this side. The ocean view gets a little wider. Sorry if the wind's getting in there. I gotta fix my mic. All right, and then behind the house, it looks like we've got some hardscape. Probably some terraced yard back here. Oh, another deck. More views, more trees. This one's cool because you're getting underneath the pine trees. So it's got a little bit of a different vibe, and then you're looking through this pine tree here to bring in your views. Really great views on this property. I like how you get peaks of downtown, plus just direct ocean, and then even up or down towards Carpinteria. So lots of different angles to look at. And privacy perched on the edge of the canyon here. All right, there's the first one. All right, nice view on that house. Really nice view. You can't be afraid of steps, as I was mentioning as we were filming it, because just getting there, you got to go up some steps to get to the front door.
For sure.
That's all right. You want to stay healthy and young. If you could do steps now, move into a place with steps and use them every day. Keep your body fit and moving.
Driveway is a little intimidating, though.
Yeah.
And then you got the shared driveway as well. And that house not only would be it'd be a good amount of work, but like because the driveway, the access is tough. You know, for the construction crew and for bringing in all the materials, I'm always thinking, like, I wonder, like, it just adds another layer of a little bit of difficulty. There's definitely crews and teams and contractors that could get it done that have worked on way more difficult big projects, but it's like, oh man, imagine bringing a big load of materials up that hill and trying to park it.
I bet you contractors take that stuff into consideration when they're bidding it too.
For sure.
Like, how easy is the workflow going to be during the job?
Yep. That one needs some work. The views, though, those are never going away. One of the total panoramic scenic views, but I bet it needs probably to really get up to date and to make it nice, $1 million worth of work.
Really?
I don't know. I just assume that you're going to have to do a lot of like decking and a lot of, it just seems like the house hasn't been, there's going to be deferred maintenance beyond all the cosmetics that need to be done, and a lot of maybe foundation. You never know that for sure, but I just kind of guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I was getting my vibe was like it felt like
Sorry.
I didn't pick up any like weird settlement stuff, like there was geology problems. But the floor plan was a little dated feeling compared to what people are looking for these days, and the bedrooms in the back felt a little bit dark. So I don't know if someone likes that or they want to switch it up a little bit. And the primary wasn't quite luxurious primary. So if there's a way to fix those things, which given the stacked nature of it, I don't know if there is without adding square footage. But yeah, I think someone could get in there and probably spend a little bit less and make it really comfortable and nice, but not really be able to fix maybe some of those inherent floor plan things that are just kind of dated. But they would probably less bothersome if they were wrapped in really nice modern design and materials.
Totally. Before we get to our next one, this is like a cool tool for all you guys watching and stuff. I don't know if you've been using ChatGPT at all for your real estate search or your market update, but I mean, you can type in your city, give me a local market snapshot with some recent data, and it pulls from Zillow, Redfin, all the big aggregators. And I just thought this was cool for, this was it for July of 2025, the luxury real estate market update. They don't have the August data quite yet. The data usually comes out a couple weeks after the previous month.
Right.
But so, at least for Santa Barbara, Montecito, we've had 21 consecutive months of inventory rise. And I mean, it's not massive month over month, but it's little by little. And in Montecito, there are 26 new listings, 23 price adjustments, 12 closed sales, and 10 pending. So that's just a little snapshot of the activity. That's just in Montecito, and then across Santa Barbara overall. Not exactly, I think this is not including the North County, but 134 new listings, 86 sellers reduced the prices, 91 closed, and 103 under contract. So it's just good to see these numbers. And you know, there's like these real estate clickbaity websites that say, you know, no homes are selling, everything's price reducing, and it's like, okay, yeah, like 86 price reductions. That's a pretty solid amount, but there are still 91 closed and 103 under contract. So stuff is for sure still moving. It's not like there's no home selling.
Yeah, it's really, this market is kind of confusing because it is got its foot in both ponds. It feels like there's definitely some value coming out of the market, and in especially specialized areas or types of homes, fixers needing major work, higher fire areas. Some of those areas, feel like the values are coming out of it. But then there's a lot of properties that are popular and holding their value and still showing signs of that. And so, depending on what deal or transaction or segment you're looking at, you can almost paint two different pictures of what's going on right now, which is confusing and hard to know what the right move is.
For sure. And just remember that those clickbaity news articles, they're trying to sell advertising. So they're basically incentivized to get as many clicks as possible. And instead of writing a headline like, some houses are selling and some houses are being price reduced, they're going to write an article that's like, there's a huge massive decrease in sales, or there's the market is falling out and here's the data that supports that. So when people have a conversation with us, oftentimes it's like, oh, I read this article and it said this, what's the actual truth? And I honestly like it when people ask us that, because it's they're understanding that this is what they're being fed, but they want to be fact checked by somebody like us who are in the marketplace every day, looking at every new listing, looking at every closed listing. And I think that's a big part of the value that we bring, is we're going to bring that market insight and local expertise that a clickbaity news article won't have.
Yeah, and speaking of local expertise, I'm in a local networking group of other service professionals, attorneys, money managers, insurance providers, and one of my partners in that group reached out to me. He's a financial advisor at a local wealth management firm, and he's got a client that is working on a deal with some seller financing involved. And so he had some questions like, how does that work? Who sets up the terms of the seller financing? Do they need an attorney? And was able to walk him through my experience on the deals I've done with seller financing, which has become more and more something that kind of makes deals come together in this market. If a seller's having a hard time selling their property, that could be because financing has gotten more expensive and it's out of reach, and maybe qualifying for it doesn't work for someone's situation, but they can make a deal with that seller by getting a seller financing note together. And I was just able to explain to him how we put those together. We do have real estate forums in the California Association of Realtors, contracts, library about sellers financing, and sometimes those are reviewed by attorneys, but there is the ability to get that as a part of your deal to bring two parties together and make a transaction work, where you can probably do better tax-wise as a seller getting into a deal like that, deferring maybe your capital gains or something. So it's just something to put on your radar as a creative option when things are stagnant and things aren't moving, and which is not across the board, but some properties are experiencing that, and they're starting to think outside the box, like, how do we make a deal happen? That could be one of the things you do and explore.
Yeah, I think that's just a good reminder that, although we specialize in, helping people buy and sell, and maybe most of the transactions we do are a little bit more standard. If you have a question about your rental, or if you even live in another city, another area, and you have a question, we're going to do our best to help you out, maybe get you set up with a local professional, or, we're here to just help all sorts of real estate related questions to the best of our ability. And we find a lot of people from YouTube that reach out to us with their situations. And, it's not like the YouTube channel, I say this all the time, it's not just for people that are only looking to buy a high-end house in Montecito. We've sold everything from house in Montecito this month to a starter mobile home in Carpinteria. So, we just do our best to help out.
Yeah, so we made it to the hedgerow. If you've been paying attention, we drove through Montecito, through the Upper Village, down San Ysidro, heading towards the Miramar, which is now the Rosewood, on San Ysidro Road. And then we made a left here on...
we're going to San Leandro.
Leandro, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to 1863 San Leandro Lane. This property is a 2 and 2, but a 3rd bedroom suite. So I think in total it's 3 bedrooms and 3 full baths. Okay, so located in Montecito's Hedgerow neighborhood with Montecito Union School District and near Crane Country Day. Crane is the private school. This peaceful single-level 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with a 3rd bedroom suite accessed from the garden level blends timeless character with thoughtful updates. Originally renovated in 2021, the home received additional 2025 enhancements, including refreshed interiors and updated landscaping. A light-filled layout includes a welcoming living room, a charming kitchen that opens to a cozy garden patio, and multiple bedroom suites, including one with its own private entrance. Just moments from hiking trails, beaches, the lower village, this home offers comfort, calm, and everyday convenience in just one of Montecito's most sought-after areas. And the price on this is $4 million. It's been on the market 17 days.
Basically $1 million less than what we just saw.
$1 million more.
$1 million, excuse me, $1 million more.
This one's at $4 million. The other one was at $3 million.
Okay.
Right under 2,000 square feet on just a little bit under a half acre. And yeah, so a lot of updates, and obviously in a different part of the neighborhood, more prime zone, but it doesn't have the ocean views. So it's good to see, this one being $1 million more. Do you, after you watch the tour of this one, think about, is it worth $1 million more? Where does the pricing land comparatively? Because those other two are closer in price. And the one that we're going to see after this, make sure to stick around.
We just passed the entrance to it.
Oh, it's right there.
Yeah, Tiburon. Yeah, we're going to come back this way after we look at this one and check out a new estate.
Yep.
13 million. Looks really, really nice. That's going to be a fun one to go through. So stick around for that one after we're done with this.
Sure. And then with the big kahuna. But this one, any other stats that I missed? Let's see. No, that's about it. Built in 1962, 3 and 3.
Crane right there. That's that private school. Super nice.
Yeah, this one's going to be cool. $4 million. Lots of updating. Looks like it has a really great outdoor hangout area. We're going to check it out.
Looks like we found it. So we'll go ahead and let these people leave and then pull into the driveway. I think that this one looks pretty modest, but super nice inside. Looks like they've done a lot of updating and modernizing.
Ooh, I like the modern farmhouse style.
Yeah.
The black and white. That is kind of one of my favorite vibes in Montecito.
Board batten finish there on the exterior. Very charming, timeless. Kind of never goes out of style. And
Check it out.
great landscaping. Look at those stone balls in front of us
Cool.
right there. Yeah. All right, sun came out from behind the clouds to give us an extra bright preview of the way you approach this one. Avi mentioned they did some more updating to the landscape. It shows really pretty out here. Olive tree there, some cool stone features, and then this classic little fountain feature. Always nice to hear running water. And here's the approach. Entry, pretty spacious for a little home, And then as you approach, I walked past the entry into the kitchen to come check out this room first. Super bright living room, good amount of square footage in this space. Feels voluminous, even though it doesn't have high ceilings. I think it's probably because of the windows. This big bank of windows letting in lots of light, and the nicely refinished original oak wood floors on the ground here with the wood fireplace. But these, super nice looking. All right, and then what I walked past here is the eat-in kitchen. Kind of cozy and nice. They got the backsplash of tile, 5-burner stove, Bosch fridge, nice appliance package it looks like. Got some registers in the floor for the forced air gas, and then this alfresco dining area out here. There's a closet there just as you enter. Probably a couple more closets there. On the right, this could be what would be considered our primary bedroom. 2 sliders, 2 different ways to get outside in this room with its own private bath. Big shower, look at that. 1 shower head. 2 shower heads. Call that the party shower. here. Sneak peek of the backyard before I finish the inside.
Yep. Down here, full bath.
And then, after we're done looking at these bedrooms, there is a guest unit downstairs I'm going to go show you. Here's the hall, bath. This has got a skylight, cute little tub, classic period tile on the wall there. Nice bright light coming in through the light.
Full bath up here.
And then another bedroom. This is also generous in size for the size of the home. It has access to the outside. Here's a nice patio off this room. Let me go back
Oh, yeah.
It's so short neck fit.
out to the patio, and I'm gonna make my way downstairs and show you some of the yard and the downstairs unit. Okay, so flight of steps to get you down here. Some pea gravel walkways plus that fire pit area. Looks like some pittosporum, some oak trees back here, some olive trees, and then separate entrance. I don't think there's any way of accessing this unit from inside the house. So it truly is its own little private one bedroom. All right. Everyone, I think we've seen it. Looks like you've got a little bit of potential for extra parking up there. Okay, let's go see the big one on Tiburon next. Okay. That was a cozy little place. I think they did a good job making it comfortable and nice.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely the proportions were pretty cozy.
Yeah. Smaller house for Montecito, but entry-level Montecito price.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting how you can only access that bedroom separately, but it could work well for maybe a family who has one kid and then they want to have a little area for guests, but it's definitely not the ultimate entertaining pad, but
Yeah.
for someone who just wants something low-key, lower maintenance, and A+ in the area, definitely a solid option.
Yeah, it's so typical of properties in this area where there's just so many of them have these weird quirkiness about them that once you're here long enough, you get kind of used to it,
Mhm.
and you just kind of accept it, and it's easier to accept. But coming from outside, they're like, that's a deal killer for me. What do you mean you can't get to it from inside the house?
Totally. Yeah.
To each their own. Santa Barbara is known for some funny, eclectic properties, because we're coming from that. We're going by some really nice places, some little funky places, and we're about to make a left-hand turn into this community in Tiburon Bay Lane here and go see something for almost $14 million.
Yeah, I think we saw something here a couple of months back, but we're going to be back into the gated... Oh, wow. We're in the gated Montecito Avocado Ranch. This Mediterranean estate offers space, privacy, and refined California coastal living, surrounded by fruit orchards, lush lawns, and gardens. Over 7,300 square foot residence, features an updated kitchen, spacious great room, formal living and dining rooms with 5 bedrooms and an office, all with en-suite baths, a large primary suite enjoys peak to the ocean, dual closets, luxe bath, and a flex room. It's a usable 2.2 acre parcel. That's a big parcel.
Mm-hmm.
Includes a sparkling pool with a cabana built by D.D. Ford, a bocce court, and commanding mountain vistas with community well, 3-car garage, ample parking, and proximity to the best of Montecito, Miramar Beach, charming lower village, and several top schools. This rare retreat presents a coveted opportunity. Yeah. And this one is priced at $12.9 million. Been on the market 3 days, so just new to market. We got 7 baths, including one of them is a half bath, 5 bedrooms, 6 full baths, built in 2005. This property is going to be pretty baller. It sounds like it has everything. I wonder if it has a guest house or guest quarters, but it's
Look at all
got
these abos we're going by.
Yeah. Who gets access to these? The community?
I think so.
someone
I
picks
think
them?
I think it could be the stuff that's not on private property, there's probably some communal area that's
Yeah.
still orchard, and I wonder how they deal with that.
There must be an HOA here. Let's see what the HOA is.
Ooh, nice entry. Look at that unfolding.
Oh man, feels like you're in Tuscany.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can find the HOA fees, because you're probably going to have an HOA of, what do you think, maybe $1,000 a month, or maybe a little less. You got to have the gate maintenance. It's nice that it has a private water well. I wonder if that reduces your water bill. I'll find out what the HOA system is. One thing about Montecito, I don't know if this is your phone too, I don't get a lot of service in a lot of these areas.
What service do you have?
I have T-Mobile.
I have AT&T. It's hit and miss.
Yeah.
Looks like right now I got good service though. All right, we're gonna go check it out.
Let's go.
All right, so that's where the motor court breaks off to go to the garages. There's where we came in, and here's all the landscaping, lots of avocados even out here in the landscaping, and then here's the guest motor court here with a nice water feature, which you see on a lot of estates. And this one is pretty cool. It almost has a blue hue to it. Look at that. I think this is the garage space over here, and then the main house. All right, take a look at this magnificent detail on the entry. To our left, some stairs. It looks like probably goes up to a suite that would have a guest entrance, maybe a second entrance, exterior entrance. All right, enter to this formal entry. Beautiful arches with a couple steps down into this sunken living room with big, voluminous, open sky ceiling with open beams and an amazing fireplace with this stonework, built-ins on either side. French doors go into the backyard. We'll go explore that after we're done. Taking in this main room here. Look at that with the balcony overlooking it. Beautiful curved staircase up there. We're gonna start with the right here. I think there's gonna be some bedrooms, so just to get us away from the crowd a little bit, maybe that will thin out by the time we get over there. But first of all, let's get this suite. More banks of French doors. Crown moldings. Big long countertop. Plenty of room in this bathroom for that shower. Wood floors. Okay, powder room. Nice. And then this room here is the office with a fireplace with some architectural beams and a beautiful fireplace. All right, now let's make our way back to the other side. Under the storage there.
Well, it's interesting because like it was driving by and run by.
All right, the dining room here, formal, with a window on center that's gonna produce some mountain views. Looks like our laundry room, dual machines, plus a bathroom here. Closet space, and then here's our great room.
Good to see you.
Look at this. So this great room has got fireplace, plus this entertaining zone with a bar. That's really nice. And then look at the kitchen. Go through this arched entry. Thanks, everybody. Dining built in there for breakfast. And just take in the stonework here. Beautiful backsplash, unique pattern of marble. Dual fridges, dual ovens, dual washer and dryer. This place is all about double up. Look at the pot filler. Got the grill top. Lighting. Let's go out. Just quick tease of what we're gonna go look at next, but I'm gonna take you upstairs first. All right. Nice view out the steps. Here's our landing that we were looking up at when we were down in the living room. Upstairs bedroom, maybe kind of the kids' wing up here on this side of the upstairs. More of the same molding all around. All right, here's another bedroom adjacent to that one I just shot. This one's got a little more detail in it with some exposed beam ceiling up there. Dual closets, plus its own unique private bath. Beautiful. Love the two closets. This room's really nice. I like how it's got this door here. This is that staircase at the entry to get you up here from down there. Motor cord out there. Okay, look at those beautiful solid core wood doors. Nice little sitting area up here. Tucking into another bedroom, looks like. A bank of closets, a Juliet balcony, French doors, more of the moldings that you see everywhere, and then another private bathroom with some fun tile detail there and more window views of the mountains. We're not far from the ocean, where this neighborhood's really close to the Rosewood Miramar, also the village, upper and lower, all pretty strikeable. Look at the shape of this master primary suite.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
So a balcony here. Ooh, I'm getting some ocean views from over here too. Some avocados. This all used to be an orchard, Tiburon here, so this community is built around the orchard, and a lot of it still exists, both on people's properties, off people's properties. Those would be some horizons of the ocean out there if it wasn't so monotone. Water closet, dual sinks, massive primary bathroom. Nice place to relax in the tub, overlooking your garden. And then a beautiful shower, rain head up there. Have a look at this closet. And then I saw this other little room over here. Oh, this is where you get the massages. maybe do your Pilates. Another closet, and then check this out, his bath. This could be the first urinal I've seen in a place. I know I must have, but I can't remember another time seeing that. That's pretty cool. All right, everybody, we have to go look at what's outside. All right, let's go down these back steps because we haven't traversed those yet. This is going to get us into that family room. Love this Satillo tile patio pool with some arbors to get under for some shade. Big old jacuzzi in the center there, Pebble Tech bottom pool. And on center is this pool cabana, kind of open air cabana. You get all that countertop seating for your guests. Big dining table, heaters overhead, TV, barbecue. You got it all out here. Let's see what's behind door number 1. Besides this cute little mermaid praying. Oh, closet. All right, this is where you're gonna get your vitamin D. Plop down on one of those chairs for a few minutes. And then our second water feature. So we had an amazing water feature in the front motor court. This one here, what do you think? Very peaceful, very nice. Look at all those avocado trees back there, sycamore. Magnolia. Fountain number 3. What do you think of this one? Very nice, very nice. Let's continue. We got 2 acres on this property, so I'm not seeing any houses from any of the vistas. All I see are mountains and trees. And if you look at a map on this one, we're not far from all the action. We're actually not too far from the freeway either. Far enough to where it's not too loud, but I could kind of hear a little bit of a hum in the distance. Definitely doesn't bother me. May bother someone, but it's a great reminder that you're down in the action. Bocce ball court is massive. Another little community hangout spot over there, perhaps. Playground for the kids. The landscaping is just lush and gorgeous. What do you think the gardening bill is on this one? Watering bill. I don't think the owner cares. Let's see. All right, look at all these covered patios here. Okay, I think there's some garage space we haven't seen yet that I want to try and make my way across these patios. There's that breakfast nook. There's the family room, another little area, probably a place to play cards with friends and family, board games, things of that nature. There's our pool. And here is the motor court area that I parked in, and the 3-car garage. I like how it passes through. You got this breezeway, so it's circular. Even when you hang a right and don't go into the circular driveway, so you got double circles. All right. Ooh, central vacuum system. That's interesting. But look at that, 3-car garage finished. All right, my people. That is a beautiful Montecito estate, down low, peekaboo views, super convenient, super turnkey. What do you think?
That one is baller.
That was really cool, man. What amazing house.
Yeah.
Everything about it, like there's lots of privacy. The yard spaces were immaculate. You know,
this breezeway. Like,
yeah, look at this. I just had to take people on an experience here because you got the roundabout there, and then if you hang a left into the parking area where you access the garage, which I love how the garages are hidden from the front entrance. But yeah, you make your way back out, and we are done with that one. But I think it has a good chance of getting sold. You know, in this market, it seems to check most of those boxes. It didn't seem super high on price for what you're getting there and what the market will bear and what people have paid for other properties.
Yep. Really move-in ready. The pool is in great shape. You could easily have a 50-person pool party and parking all in your area. Ultimate entertaining zone. They got the grill outside and all that. You know, the TV. The en-suites are beautiful. The primary is massive. Love the stonework in the kitchen. It's just like you can move in, live there, enjoy it for a good while before you have to do any updating. Just the style is very beautifully Mediterranean. Like really nailed the finishings and just the aesthetics.
Yeah, I really liked that one room, the great room, family room, and then you know, because the kitchen was kind of part of it, but separated. It had that big arch, but it had its own like little kitchen gathering area, so it kind of accommodated to not be the great room kitchen. It was kind of the best of all worlds, almost like a second kitchen there, but that big. It was like an oversized wet bar.
Totally.
That was really nice. And just that room, the spaciousness of it and how it flowed right out into the pool. You could tell like 80% of the time whoever lives in that house is probably going to spend in that wing of the home right there. But the formal living room, truly amazing as well, with the huge voluminous ceilings and those open beams and all the natural light. Wow.
Even though it's 20 years old since it was built, it just feels like it was really meticulously cared for. They probably have a big cleaning crew that's in there every week. It's just, you know, sometimes a property that's 20 years old can have some bumps and bruises and deferred maintenance and cobwebs, and sometimes they just really keep it completely dialed, and it almost felt newer than 2005 build. Maybe they've done some updating, but
yeah, I bet
really
you they have.
Yeah.
Well, my guess is they probably have.
That
but
kitchen maybe.
Yeah, super nice. Well, what do you think, everyone? What was your favorite property today? Obviously that last one, but of the first two, was there one, since those were a bit more similar in price, one that you liked better? Let us know in the comments, and feel free to reach out to us directly if you want to talk further about your situation or your plans, whether they're coming up or they're in the future and you're just trying to get prepped. We love hearing from you, and you could do that either by commenting in the comments or reach out to us directly. You know, you could send us a text or give us a call on our cell phones. We always have our numbers on these videos and in the description where you can find it as well. So we just love hearing from you and really appreciate you guys watching and being a part of this channel. Yeah,
we love growing the community. This afternoon, I'm going to be showing houses to one of the YouTube community members who's flying out here from Florida.
Nice.
Thinking of retiring, and we're going to go see some cool houses in the Riviera and the Mesa. And it's really fun when someone calls us and just says, hey, I've been watching your YouTube videos for a while. I'm learning the areas that I like already from the videos, and now we're ready to go see some stuff. So it's always really great to connect and help people find a home directly from YouTube, and we've done it with a lot of people this year.
Yes, love hearing that. In fact, we're going to go preview a new listing in Montecito Shores that's not going to be on the video today, but I'm previewing it for some amazing people from the channel who are eyeballing their future here in Montecito. So love hearing from you guys. Keep it up, and thanks again for subscribing if you already have. If not, please do so, and check in with us next week and explore the channel for other videos maybe you haven't watched, because there's a lot, including other drive-alongs, but other videos about neighborhoods and learning about this community. So peace out, make it a great one. We are out of here.
See you on the next one.